Welcome in to Outkick the Show. I am your fearless leader, Clay Travis. I'm wearing the Hawaiian shirt today because we just got through recording some digital shorts on the NFL draft for Lock It In. And my hope is that while a lot of us can't go to the beach, I can bring the beach to you. So this shirt, in honor of Tua, who I believe is going to be a high draft pick inside the top 5 before Miami. The Dolphins are going to have to trade up or somebody's going to jump over them. But this, my friends, the beach is coming. The shirt is also in honor of Texas. We got a lot to get to, but Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who per capita has handled the coronavirus, the state of Texas has, for big states better than anyone. Greg Abbott announces that Texas is going to start to open back up. A lot of details still coming out about exactly what it will look like with Texas opening back up. But with Ohio announcing on May 1, Texas starting to open up sooner than that. Texas has a per capita death rate that is half of what California has been so far. They are the best big state. Let me say this. This is actually smart. This is what federalism is based on. All right? Let me give you a little bit of a constitutional lecture here. Federalism is predicated on the idea that it's better to have 50 state laboratories where you can try out different things than to have everybody simultaneously do the same thing. So, as a result, if Texas starts to open back up, and does not see a substantial spike in the overall death rate or infection rate, then it's actually a really smart move by Greg Abbott because he's testing whether or not the nation is ready. And we are using Texas as a laboratory for whether or not they're going to be ready. I think Texas is ready. I think we need to get back to work. We've lost 22 million jobs. I think a phased re-entry and reopening by Greg Abbott is smart, and I think it's also smart from a federalism perspective to allow individual states to test out their response instead of needing to do it nationwide everywhere. I imagine there are a lot of Texans in here with me right now. If you are from Texas and you think you are ready, well, let me know. Say we're ready. Facebook as well as Twitter. And by the way, everybody watching this on YouTube, we're starting to get a big audience on YouTube as well. You can go into the comments and you can say we're ready. Look at all the people here who are from Texas that are watching this, and the Texans are ready. I don't think the coronavirus is going to mess with Texas because it ain't been messing with Texas too much already. Greg Abbott's done a fantastic job. Okay? So, props to Texas, all right? Some data points out there for coronavirus positivity for the Corona Bros who want to be terrified. All right, are you ready for some good numbers? Since they hit their total new daily case numbers, the following countries have been declining over their total new daily case peaks. Italy, 26 straight days in Italy since Italy total new cases peaked. Spain, 21 days since Spain peaked in terms of total new daily cases. Germany, 20 days since Germany peaked. All of those countries in Europe had substantial outbreaks except for Germany, but we paid a lot of attention to them. The United States has now had 12 straight days under the peak. Today is going to be the 13th straight day underneath the peak. And England has had 6 straight days since total new daily cases peaked. All right? All of these things are trending in a new direction, in a positive one. I think that Michigan and their governor is out of control. All right? I think the people who are protesting in Michigan, I understand what they are saying. I understand why they are complaining. I agree. We need to liberate Michigan. It's time to get back to work in a smart and intelligent fashion. If you don't feel comfortable getting back to work, I understand that. You can stay in your house. If you are elderly or you are immune suppressed, I think healthy people like me, who according to the data are not in danger, I think we need to be doing a lot of voluntary action for people who are in danger. If it means going to grocery stores and picking up groceries, if it means going to pharmacies and picking up supplies, I think we need a national network of volunteers who are young and healthy to do things for people who are elderly and unhealthy, and also people who are immune suppressed. I think people like me and a lot of you need to get back to work, get this economy rolling again, and the people who are in danger need to continue to social distance more than the people who are not in danger. Now, we got an important study that came out. I don't know how many of you saw this, but a Stanford study, they did an antibody study in the area around Stanford. I believe it was Santa Clara County. And they studied all of these different people in Santa Clara County, and what they determined was pretty important. That study from Stanford found that the infection rate in the Santa Clara County area was 50 to 85 times the rate that was actually uncovered via testing. Let me tell you this again. 50 to 85 times as many people had antibodies to the coronavirus as had been tested positive for the coronavirus. That means the death rate in Santa Clara, all right? The death rate in Santa Clara is a big deal, all right? It means the death rate, according to those numbers, is 0.08 to 0.14%, okay? 0.08 to 0.14%. To put that into perspective, the flu, the yearly flu, not a particularly virulent level of the flu, has a death rate of 0.1%. So the coronavirus, according to the study, you can go read it, I tweeted it out from Stanford University. According to that study, the death rate from the coronavirus is either a little bit below or a little bit above or right smack dab on the same death rate as the flu, the yearly flu. Not a virulent version of the flu. Not the Spanish flu, which killed 2.6% of the people that were actually infected. Okay? This is an important study. And for people who've been watching this for a long time, the Corona Bros have been angry at me. Because I've been saying that we need massive randomized testing of antibodies. And also everyone else ever since these NBA numbers came out. And we found out that 10 out of 120 NBA players had the coronavirus. That was had the coronavirus at that point in time. I said, whoa, that's 8%. And I said, we need to have other randomized studies. And right now, Major League Baseball is a part of a randomized study. But what that told us was this thing may be way more prevalent than we initially thought. And so we need to continue these randomized studies to get more information out about who actually has the coronavirus and who has been exposed to it. And then on top of that, we also need to find out how many people are just not capable of getting the coronavirus in general. It may be that certain populations are immune to it. Because what's happening is the people who get the coronavirus and are elderly or immune suppressed, almost all of the people who are dying have comorbidities. And what I mean by that is they have other illnesses or factors that are combining with the coronavirus that are leading to death. All right? So this is, again, we need more information. I've been arguing for it for a long time. But if you actually look at the study from Stanford, and you can go read it yourself, it is a big deal in terms of what it's telling us. It's saying this thing is potentially very prevalent and not very deadly at all, somewhat similar to the flu. We still need more information. In particular, why did this thing spread in New York so much more than it spread anywhere else? What was it about New York City? Was it the density? Was it public transportation? Was it generations all living in the same household? What exactly is going on that has made New York a statistical outlier? Because New York standing alone right now almost has half of the deaths from the coronavirus in the entire nation. There are right now, or there were this morning when I was writing, there are 33 states and the District of Columbia that have had 200 or fewer people that have actually died from the coronavirus. Let me repeat that. 33 states plus the District of Columbia have had 200 or fewer people die of the coronavirus since this started. Why did it blow up in New York City? What in particular was the toxic cocktail that made New York so much different than everywhere else? I don't know the answer, but I think we needed more research to try and figure out what's going on there. Not just New York, by the way, New Jersey, Connecticut, the surrounding New York City metropolitan region, and not all of New York either. Because I'm hearing from a lot of people who live in upstate New York, and they're saying, man, we don't even hardly have the coronavirus outside of New York City and its surrounding communities. If you live in Buffalo, or you live in Syracuse, or you live anywhere else in the state of New York, you're being treated as if everywhere is New York City in the state, and it doesn't necessarily make sense. So all of these studies need to be examined. I think it makes a lot of sense to try to find out why New York is different, but props to Stanford for getting this study done. Again, you can go read it on my Twitter handle, @ClayTravis. Go find it out, all right? Another story here. As we roll into what I believe is going to be a great weekend, I can't wait to watch this Michael Jordan documentary. The Michael Jordan documentary is called The Last Dance. It is going to be on ESPN on Sunday. They provided a lot of access the final year for the Chicago Bulls dynasty. We need this. I can't wait for it. I am ecstatic. I can't wait to watch it. We're going to talk a lot about it, but make sure you know it's going on Sunday. It's going to be our lead story on Monday, I would imagine, on Outkick the Coverage. Encourage you to get out there and make sure that you watch it. Download the podcast. I appreciate all of you. We got new stuff coming from Lock It In soon. My name is Clay Travis. This has been Outkick the Coverage. I appreciate all of you. I hope that you are having a fantastic Friday. I hope you have a fantastic weekend going in. We need to open up a lot more gyms. We need to open up a lot more restaurants. We need to get America back working again. 22 million people have lost their jobs. Props to the governors of Texas. Props to the governors of Ohio and other states beyond there. I hope all of you have a fantastic weekend. My name is Clay Travis. DBAP unless you need to SBAP. If you enjoy the show, share it with your friends and make sure that you get an awful lot of experience with the Outkick universe. My name is Clay Travis. Again, this has been Outkick the Show. Appreciate all of you. Sports will be back before you know it. Gonna happen in June and July. We're gonna be back rolling. College football is gonna happen. The NFL is gonna happen. Just you wait and see. Important to get all this information. Thanks to Stanford for getting that study. We'll talk to you again soon. I brought the beach to you. This has been Outkick the Show. Love you. Thank you, Facebook.